On both sides, there's a changing scenery. When the government in Israel changes, the positions change, one of the benefits of democracy. There are certainly splits on the Palestinian side as well, with Gaza, Hezbollah, Fatah, Hamas. How in the world do we identify who can really speak for these groups in a long-term way?
Well, having worked as ambassador for 4 years with Ariel Sharon, working with anybody else right now is a piece of cake. This was one tough cookie, and he was as strong and determined a leader in diplomacy as he had been for 28 years on the battlefield. Sure, the domestic politics in both Israel and Palestine are very, very tough at the moment. Israel has a coalition which largely leans to the right, some very hardline politicians and hardline positions that would constrain any prime minister, even if the prime minister wanted to move. And one is still uncertain if Prime Minister Netanyahu is really interested in moving. We now have heard that he's prepared to make a speech before our Congress in May, in which there's some indication that he may come out with some peace ideas, but many people are waiting to hear what he has to say. The Palestinian side of the equation is challenging in a different way. It's a political organism now that's split both geographically between the West Bank and Gaza, and politically between the Palestinian Authority, which governs in the West Bank, and Hamas, which governs in Gaza. Efforts in the past few years to reach an accommodation between the two have failed. In recent days, there's been an indication that perhaps the Palestinian Authority may be interested in reviving accommodation with Hamas, but it's a very challenging proposition because Hamas will be a heavy burden on the Palestinian Authority should it seek to negotiate with Israel. The Hamas position is very tough on the issues we talked about.